Hello, I am Endlessness and welcome back to Final Fantasy VII Ever Crisis, and in this video I wanted to give you a guide for the floor B99 in the Sealed Tower of Cetra. Eidos is the same boss we quite recently had in B90 and he is weak to physical ice damage and he has no Cetra phases. He will only deal physical damage, and with oil sludge he will debuff your fire resistance while also inflicting darkness dice, followed by a few fire attacks, so you will need to recover from that, and you will definitely need a darkness Asuna to heal this dice, but also something to debuff his physical attacks and buff your physical defense. And Eidos will also summon different arts with materialize, so be wary of that. And this is a long battle and not really a DPS race, so it just depends on your DPS and how long it will take you to kill the boss. Also, summons aren't really advised as this summon gauge has minus 90% battle effect and it will take you a very long time to get just one summon filled up. Cloud with Stream Saber and Tifa with Holy Flame Gloves are the best 2 DPS for this battle because they both have physical ice arcanums, and Tifa can also debuff physical attack as well, so you could use both of them together if you have their sets. And Zack with Pressure Edge is also an option because he can debuff ice resistance and also do some physical ice damage as well. But if you want to be safe, Barret can be used as a good support and debuffer with Assault Cannon and Electric Cannon, so he can help buffing defense and debuffing all enemies' attacks with his Kuja, but Matt without a doubt is the best healer here with Centipede. But because the boss uses physical attacks, I also recommend buffing your physical defense stat a little bit as well. And I'm using Sephiroth, Cloud and Matt, and Sephiroth is just a support DPS and debuffer, Cloud is main DPS and Matt a healer. And I also have quite a lot of equipment slots empty and mostly just brought the required utilities for the battle so you can equip weapons and materia that will boost your stats. Matt has Give Out Your Outfit with Vanquishing X to nullify boss's physical attack buffs, Centipede for heals and buffs, Sleep Beal to debuff physical attack, and Asuna Darkness to heal the styles and also for single target heals if needed. In sub-equipment slots, Matt has Marching Horn and Guard Stick to boost heals, so Matt has 10.3 HP, 3000 heal and 140 PDEF. Sephiroth has Ice Arcanum Outfit with Hierarchical Rising, Edged Wings for DPS and Kuja for attack debuffs, but alternatively you can use Northern Lights to debuff physical attack, and those 3 are just PDEF stat sticks. Then in sub-equipment slot, Sephiroth has Ice Weapon for HP and the other for some attack, so he has 11.2 HP, 4.7 M attack and 139 PDEF. Cloud has Ice Arcanum Outfit with Climb Hazard in limit slot, Stream Saber for Ice DPS and Glavenus for buffs and HP, and those 2 are just PDEF stat sticks. And in sub-equipment slots, Cloud only has Pressure Edge to boost his DPS a bit, so he has 12,000 HP, 3.9 P attack and 127 PDEF. Eidos is a familiar boss because we just had him at B90, but here he just has a lot more HP and we can't use any summons. But here debuff his physical attack, and you don't have to switch to defense because Oil Sludge, it doesn't hurt you too much, it just inflicts darkness and also lowers your fire resistance. So it's pretty easy to recover from. But after this, immediately heal your physical DPS. But here, on those fire attacks, switch to defense, so you don't take too much damage because your fire resistance is lowered. But here, recover after this. And next, yeah, here comes Focus Strength is single target attack, but he buffs his physical attack. And ideally you want to nullify this buff. And even if you don't manage to, don't worry, because Centipede, it increases your physical defense, so you will not die from this attack, even if the boss is buffed. So after this you can either do single target Esuna Darkness heal on that character or just Centipede. But Materialize is a trap. Ideally you want to just, at least I recommend to kill one of those ads and ignore the other one. Yes, those dogs, they will lower your physical defense, but if you kill them, the boss will keep materializing other enemies. It will be those infantrymen, soldiers and everything. And if you kill one of those hounds, those smuts, then leave the other one, and for the remainder of the battle the boss will not summon any more ads, so you won't have to worry about them. And yes, those smuts, they lower physical defense, but this is better and more manageable than, for example, Shinra Infantryman buffing physical attack constantly. So those dogs, they are the safest ads to leave alive. But you have to just manage to out-heal and keep buffing your physical defense, because occasionally he will debuff it. But also if you are using mat with the same setup, so Sleek Beard to debuff physical attack, if I can, I like to debuff physical attack of the boss, because Mat has buff debuff extension, so this debuff lasts a lot longer than Sephiroth's or any other character that doesn't have buff debuff extension on them. And again, switch to defense, always switch to defense on these, because throughout the battle it's not a DPS race, but throughout the battle he will keep debuffing your fire resistance, so you will take more and more damage from those fireballs. So it just depends on your DPS, how long it will take you. I'm just switching here to defense because I want to renew Centipede, otherwise it's not really needed. But here again, switch to defense on these, because now we already have high potency fire resistance debuff, so you really want to switch to defense on all of those fire attacks. And if you see a character below 50% HP, you can also use Esuna Darkness. But here is another one, Vanquishing X. If Mat has it, always use it to debuff the boss's physical attack. And you can use either Kuja or Bard's Kuja, whichever Kuja you have, and buff your physical defense. And we should be fine here. It's a really long battle, but it can be shorter, it just depends on your DPS, but all you have to do is survive and not let any of the characters die. So keep your buffs, keep them alive, heal, and that's it. This is another oil sludge. But now after this one we already have -5 on fire potency, so it's a Oh sorry, it's still -4, but it's almost the max debuff we can get. And on this one, -3 already hurts, but -4 and -5 you really need to switch to defense. Because even on defense, those attacks already hurt. And it would be a shame if you would fail when you are so close, because we are halfway through the battle. And this is another one, single target attack, so we'll have to nullify this buff as much as we can, because throughout the battle the closer you are to the end, so the more debuffed your fire resistance is, the harder it is to heal and out-heal the incoming damage. And here you could choose if you want to buff your physical defense or debuff the boss, but I think sometimes it is better to debuff the boss instead of buffing our physical defense here. But pay attention to your characters, because for example now we are fully debuffed, so you have to nullify this defensive debuff and get your defense back up, because yes, that dog is constantly debuffing us, but with Centipede it's not hard to out-heal it and nullify those debuffs and buff ourselves. And for any ice DPS you are using, any characters, you can use other limit breaks, but I find, at least for Cloud and Sephiroth, those two new limit breaks, they are very nice because you get them very often and you don't have to wait too long, so you can use it to not cancel but delay bosses' animations and everything, but also materialize, because the Hunt is still alive. He will not summon. He will do the attack, but it will not summon any new enemies. So we are safe from that. It's close. He starts to do those attacks. Oh, actually, oh no, I pressed the wrong thing. I meant to do Sephiroth's limit break, not this one. But he's close to dying, so it should be fine. This Vanquishing X limit break is just in case to easier nullify that buff that he inflicts himself. But with Matt's Slake Peel and other Kuja debuffer, then it's still easy to get around, because you have ADB that you can use to nullify and debuff him. And hopefully you are close to killing him, because now our fire resistance like 6 or 7, and this hurts. So yeah, that's pretty much it. But as I said, it's not really a DPS race, it's more about survival and slowly chunking the HP of the boss. So you can take as long as you want, as long as you can survive and out-heal the incoming damage. But yeah, that's pretty much it. It's definitely the longest battle so far from all those floors. But yeah, I hope you found this guide helpful, and thank you very much for watching, and I hope to see you next one.